Absolutely. I'd like to say happy birthday to our country for happy July 4th. If you've noticed my color.
You're looking sweet, buddy.
Maybe we always like to teach on this show. First hit subscribe and set the pipe, but it's always about teaching or learning from myself. Don't be an idiot. Put something over your face. 3 hours in the hot sun on Laguna Beach on July 4th. Probably not the smartest thing in your 50s.
Probably not the smartest thing.
Probably should have known better.
Yeah. Well, okay. So, hey, everybody, and welcome back to Set the Pipe. I am Sully. There's CK. And then there's Bear.
Hey.
Welcome, boys.
Hey, good to be back.
Like, Bear and I are a little rough today.
Yeah.
We are. We're a little rough today. It's just, we haven't been on the pod for a while.
Yep.
That's all right.
I got a nice clean shave today. I was trying to tear away some of this dead skin and hot skin.
Good,
buddy. You don't want to see me with my shirt off. It was brutal. Again, don't lay out in the sun for more than maybe an hour with nothing covering you
up.
up.
You have to stay awake too, by the way. It's probably good advice to stay awake while you're on the sun.
Mooney and I had just this gem of a spot, like in Laguna. We got down there in the morning early and just by ourselves. I mean, there's tons of people, but we were in this like little nook up against the rocks, but with some sand. Yeah. So it was just so pleasant. Great breeze, great view of the ocean. And I just kind of snoozed off a little bit, and it turned into a lot of it. And I'm a little bit of a lobster craw.
Bear, what'd you do for the 4th?
That's funny you ask, because I had a great weekend, by the way. The 4th was on a Friday. Yeah. We rode our e-bikes down to the Huntington Beach Pier.
Nice.
And met up with Alan Knipe and his family.
Oh, that's
outstanding.
We hung out down there, had some food, and had a great time, and then ended up kind of riding up the beach, and then went over to their house later that night. And then Saturday wasn't a great day, just kind of stuck around home and cleaned house. Yeah. But on Sunday, we had a great time. What we did was we jumped on the train, Judy and I and Alan and Jen, and went down to Solana Beach.
Oh, jam.
And we went into this Mexican restaurant, and I can't think of the name of it right now. But and we hung out on the patio, and our friend Brett Schroeder and his wife showed up, and he
the Lord, Face Lord,
because his birthday was on Saturday.
Happy birthday, Face Lord.
Happy birthday, Schroeder.
That's right.
He does like and subscribe to our channel.
Of course,
he watches.
We got to get Schroeds on here.
And we had a blast. We got down there on the train about 1 o'clock, and we jumped on the train about 7 that night, and it was just. Great food,
day.
Great times, and we had a blast.
Was he surprised?
He was surprised. Yeah, he walked in,
awesome.
and we were sitting on the patio, out in the patio, and the look on his face was priceless. He's like, it took him a little bit to process like what was going on. And like I said, his birthday was on Saturday, so we went down on Sunday, and he had no idea. We had it planned for about a week, and it's great traveling by train. I've never done that before.
It's a fun.
And you
Mooney
go
and
right down on the water. It is unbelievable from Santa Ana all the way down past Oceanside, and it was a blast.
And then we go down to San Diego. It dumps you off at Ruth's Steakhouse. At least it used to. That's what we used to do when I lived in Orange County. I mean, and we would go to Solana Beach because that's where I worked. But I would take Amtrak all the time. It's so great when when you're driving by the freeway. I mean, you're going on the freeway and you're just seeing everybody in stop and go traffic.
Yep.
Just kind of waving. Don't have to worry about it.
You literally go
awesome.
like right above the water in some places, like through San Clemente. You stop at that pier, and
it's really cool.
It's a great way to travel, and like the look on Schroeder's face, and we just, the 3 of us, actually the 6 of us, we all get along great, and it was just so much fun. With those
I was going through some old pictures of that Catalina trip from Schroeds back in the day, just recently. It was Mooney and I were going to some unbelievable photos of us, and just a good time. Something I want to talk about, because we, this is a volleyball podcast. We always talk about telling stories.
Yeah.
I just had a young man, a freshman in high school who lives down the street, come into my house, and what's right before the podcast to talk about something that was near and dear to his heart. He fell in love with the game of volleyball, and he wanted to know what it would take to play college volleyball.
Oh, good for him.
And what I'm striking here listening to this, again, set the pipe, hit subscribe. It's free. Yep. Hear stories. We got a lot coming to you this for the rest of the year. Some great interviews, some new content. We're going to do some fun things. Fun stuff here at Set the Pipe, and we're gonna continue to do this, and we're gonna continue to grow. But the reason we started this is a perfect reason for it. Is Bear, you just told a story, and the joy on your face about driving down on a train with 2 of your college teammates.
Yep.
Take what you did right now. You played volleyball with these 2 guys. You weren't a 5-time All-American. You didn't go to the Olympics. Schroeder didn't go to the Olympics. Al did as a coach, but we'll leave that on the side. But the whole point of this conversation that I was having with this young man today was about the journey, right? And what it means. And we're in our mid-50s, and you still have joy and love and an amazing weekend and day with some of your best friends that you found through this sport.
Totally.
Right?
Totally. Yeah, absolutely.
Right? And
lifelong friends.
Lifelong friends. And that's what I was telling him today about the journey is I said, I'm not going to go through everything, but this is for any young kid that's listening. Like, if you want to have a chance to play college volleyball, because that's what you're looking at.
Do it.
A chance of a chance, you got to give it all you got, right? And there's no looking back. And whether you win or lose, you have to. There's no other way. If you don't go all in, you're never going to make it in this landscape today to be a college athlete. It was always hard in our day too, but regardless of that.
Right.
And I used, Jake's. We've talked about it a few times about the journey is the destination. And I was saying, listen, what you're going to get out of this is exactly what you got, Bear. And I told him that, not this story, because this is an hour ago, is you're going to get lifelong friends. You're going to get experiences that are going to be blood, sweat, tears, laughter, even at 16 when you're playing club, right? Sure. And you're doing these things, and you're out practicing, and you're tired, and you don't want to go, but you go. And what do you want to do? Let's just go down to the beach and play, right? I just want to play. Like back in our day, it was like I would go to Pierce, where Sammy went, and I'd go at night at 9 o'clock at night. That's when Big Daddy would open it, and we'd play deep court, right? You just want to do what you can do, just play. And so. It was such a cool conversation, and I appreciated him coming down and asking Michelle and I, his families. He's grown up here on the street, and they're just great people, and to just have enough. I don't have a lot, but enough knowledge to maybe help a little bit. Sure. And what I really stressed was exactly what you just told, Bear. Really, I really did, honestly, in a different way. But that's what it's all about. It's you telling a story about going down to spend time with people that you love and they love, and you have days that you'll remember for the rest of your life. You earned that. You got that through the sport of volleyball, through the hard work to get to where you got to.
Pretty cool.
Bear, think about that, right? You went to Long Beach State for 1 year.
Yeah.
And you're hanging out with these guys. I mean, Schroes was there 4 years. Al was there 2 years, right? 3 years? 3 years. 3 years.
Yeah.
Yep. And I was there 5 years, right?
Yeah.
And for you to have that 1 year experience, to have lifelong brother friends, I mean, totally worth it. And like Coley said, you can see it on your face when you were telling it. And I can, and we all can see Schroes just in our head how he reacted. You know what I mean? And then you guys just absolutely going after each other for the next 5 hours. We can all
just
see
telling
it. So
stories. That's
stuff.
all we did, and we were laughing. And I'll send some pictures, and it's just great. It was an awesome time, and we just don't spend enough time together. We always want to spend more time together.
And so, again, lessons trying to teach myself, more importantly, about this stuff is all these kids that are listening to this. JOs just happened for juniors, for girls. Nationals, I think, or AAU Nationals, I think it's over. It's happening right now in Orlando for the boys.
They're just finishing up right now.
A lot of the things for the younger kids. And, I was talking to Geeter, and his daughter's team won 16s last year, and they were playing to go to the gold medal match again this year and just fell short. And, I was telling them, and again, talk about all this stuff, and we were talking about it. I was like, but she's in that match.
Yep.
She's on that court.
Yep.
One team wins, everyone else loses. Everyone. So you start in November when high school's over. Everyone works. You go to the qualifiers. You win some qualifiers, but everyone's trying to get to the Junior Olympics to qualify. We qualify. We got our bid. Our bid.
Right.
One team wins. Only one.
Yep.
And so, to what you were just saying, Bear, to go back to all of it, the year to get to that, from November to the trips, to the sleepovers, to the SATs to get up to go to practice, to the hurt ankle, to the girl that wasn't supposed to play that's now starting, to the one that go around the whole thing, the drama, the families, all of it is all worth it every year if you understand that's what it's about.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what it's about.
It's the journey.
The rest is great. And again, my kid, I'm the first one is playing college basketball, or will be playing college basketball. My other one did. That's their goal, to get there. But while getting there, you need to have fun doing it. Yep. You need to enjoy the process. Love the process, actually, or it's hard to get to there. And enjoy the journey. And those are the things that, I'm looking at you guys and just, we haven't talked in a while, and listen to that story about Schroeds and Knipe, and, talking to Matty Lou on the phone yesterday. His daughter's playing in a volleyball tournament, a beach tournament this week, just all the love and joy. New Northridge chain. We just added 3 guys on today who I haven't talked to in probably a couple of years, and just all the stuff that makes this sport and this energy that we have for this show so contagious, and why I want more people to play and love it.
Well, you were just talking earlier, before I guess we started rolling, about Michelle and Joy. They're friends through volleyball, and they're going to Africa in a couple weeks, and they're still doing it, and they're celebrating their 50th a couple of years ago. You guys went to Greece, 23 of you guys.
Yeah.
That's all volleyball too. I mean,
it is.
Lifelong friends. You go on journeys. It's great.
And I tell you guys all the time, if I'm going anywhere in the country, especially airports, my kids are just like, Dad, who do you not know? You know what I mean? But you don't burn those bridges. What you mean. Yeah, but it's the journey. If I have journeys with so many things and so many great people, but they get it. They're starting to get it. Savannah's my oldest. Oh, now I'm starting to see my people. You know what I mean? And everybody else still kind of rolls their eyes, but they're getting to that point where it is the journey. You know what I mean? And it's fantastic. And Coley summed it up really well. It's the sport of volleyball. It's unique to everything else, and we're really taking advantage of that in the stage of our lives and sharing it with all of our not only our kids but your neighbors of all people, right?
It's such a great culture of the sport of volleyball, and it's there's so much to it and different levels. I mean, we already talked the grass and all those things, but it really is it's spectacular, right? And it's done wonders for so many, especially us, as we just talked about, and just to continue to watch it and love it, and to see people do it and help young people to try to get to those dreams and continue to play. And it's awesome.
I played sports my whole life. I played football when I was a kid. I played basketball. I played baseball. And then I found volleyball my freshman year. And I played basketball and volleyball through high school. But just the volleyball vibe, that culture, it was just different. It was I loved basketball, but the relationship I had with my coaches wasn't the greatest.
It's different. My kids play it. I'm telling you, it is way different.
But I
not good or bad, but just different.
Friends with my coaches in volleyball, but it was just a different vibe, and I just really liked it. And going to the tournaments and just, it's competitive as hell, right? But everybody has a mutual respect for each other, and we all get along outside of volleyball, afterwards. We're having fun with each other and stuff. And I didn't really see that in other sports. And
there's a level of respect too, right?
Yeah.
Especially as you get older. Because we all, every time anybody brings up UCLA, Tim Kelly, we're like, oh my God, but it's all tongue in cheek, because if you were to see him outside of, just going to a restaurant, everybody stops what they're doing, big hugs. How are you, man? Oh my gosh, good to see you. It's that high level of respect. And to go off of your basketball, Bear, I think Coley mentioned, and correct me if I'm wrong, Coley, I think you're the same as I am. My first love's football, right? It's the camaraderie, everything that I just love the game. Not, and
it's hard to explain to people, Sully, that didn't play or don't play. There's something about it, and you know it, and I know it, and anyone that's played it really understands that. So, I feel you. I still love the game of volleyball.
But volleyball, right?
Yeah.
But the community and
community and
that
culture
goes along with it, and the stories that go along with it, and it's kind of never ending. Like I said, my kids still roll their eyes, and it's been amazing for me. And I don't know if you guys knew, but my wife actually went back to college. I tell you guys that, and that's how we met, was through volleyball. So just like you, Chloe, not at that high level, she went back to JC, but
either way,
nonetheless, volleyball did the same thing, right? Opened, that's 4 kids later, and
you said about your kids, people coming up to you. It happens to me all the time too. But what's been cool for me is it's happening to Jake now. And not awesome. It's happening in 2 ways. Oh, you played basketball at UCLA, which is pretty rad. But when he was working at the LOVB, Kevin Wong went up to him and was like,
"Are you college kid?"
No, he's like, Jake. And so Kevin went to UCLA, so he watched him play at UCLA. But it was just it was so cool for you're not just you're Jake, you're working here, right? You're Jake. But it was wow, he now is starting to see it more, and it's also using it to his advantage, right?
Sure.
He is in the volleyball culture. He's going to marry a collegiate UCLA volleyball player. Right. He is the son of 2 collegiate professional volleyball players. We had our day as a pro. So yeah, he's around it, and he tried to get as far away as he could from it, and he's more immersed in it than even Michelle and I are these days.
Yeah, my kids too. And your kids will do the same thing. Like, I don't want to do anything with Dad's past. You almost, it's going to sound weird and kind of off-putting. You can't avoid it. Like, your kids can't avoid it, no matter how hard they try. So I was always trying to tell my kids, you need to embrace those connections. If they're coming up to you and saying, "Oh, hey, are you Sully's kid?" Embrace it. Get to know them. Say hello. Because we say it all the time. You just don't know who they are and how they can help you, because they want to help you, right? Good people will help good people, and I think they've really taken that to heart.
And that's good that they took that to heart, Sully, because I've told my kids, like, if you don't ask, you don't get. And there's nothing wrong with asking for help or just introducing yourself and telling people what you do. Maybe there's a synergy, especially if it's friends of friends. That's how we all get business. That's how people get, guys get jobs and human people. Everyone gets jobs based off of people they know or they went to college with. It's so important to teach that. And I think people are so nervous or like, oh, I can't do that. So that's great that they see that, because it's value. You've earned your life for where you are today, and you've met hundreds and thousands of people along the way that you've touched in one way or the other. Hopefully, in a good way, which most of them are. And, people, like you said, are inherently good people and want to give back and want to help and want to say, hey, great. And, Jake's, I sent you guys this video. A lot of his jobs are from people that I know. But they didn't call me. He didn't call. He did it, right? He went out and earned it. But that's the thing that I think is important. And again, another great thing about volleyball, the community of volleyball is so small, even though it's pretty vast. But it's so small that you're 6 degrees to Kevin Bacon, so to speak. You're actually closer. So, like, learning to play the game and loving it, and playing in high school and playing club. Playing in college, not playing college, just playing club, going to all that stuff. The people you meet and the people in volleyball that are lawyers and doctors and teachers and podcasters and salesmen and you name it, everything from everything. Yeah, there's your network. That's how you grow. And as an adult,
Bear, your youngest, right? Ran track, stud, right? And Bear picks up the phone, calls me and says, "Sully, help me with this whole track thing." She's thinking about potentially
I had no idea,
going to the next level. And so, but doesn't get on the internet, right? No. Doesn't do anything like that. He gets hold of me, right? Or his volleyball network, and says, "Hey, I know you're coaching. Do you know anything about this stuff?" I'm like, "Yeah, man, I'm deep in it right now." So helped him. It sounds small, but like still, his daughter couldn't avoid it because of Bear's connections and the life that he's lived. So.
In the world of volleyball, a lot going on, a lot not going on, right? Yep. There's some international volleyball. We've had some USA matches, which has been fantastic on both the men's and women's side. We got the college game ramping up. We got midsummer, AVP and Pro Beach volleyball. So we're going to bring some content to you in the next few weeks and months coming on with some collegiate coaches and some college players and high school players and high school coaches and some Pro Beach volleyball players, and really just trying to bring you all of the content that is relevant in your life with volleyball, whether you're a junior, whether you're a high school player, whether you're in college, or whether you're a pro, or whether you're old and washed up like us three, and you just want to hear about volleyball.
And let us know in the comments below. Whatever you do, like if you got somebody with a great story, we'll talk to them. We'll do our research and talk to them and get people on. But Coley's right. We're going to put a lot of work into over the next 2 or 3 months to get all of our ideas rolling and get our schedules together, because life is changing month to month for the three of us, and we got to keep doing this Set the Pipe, because we text each other all the time saying, "God, we missed this. How long has it been?" And sometimes it's been 3 days. It's like, how can we get back on again? Where's another guest, right? So I think we're doing a great thing, and volleyball is in the midst of it being kind of a dull moment right now. Nationals are almost over, if not over. AVP still going, but the collegiate game is just right around the corner. And then the men's collegiate games are just around the corner again. So we're gonna be busy for a long time.
Yeah. Hey, so I played the other day.
Shut your mouth.
Indoor or outdoor? Indoor. Okay, sixes.
Okay, so here it is. It's I'm an alternate or a sub for a co-ed team.
Okay.
Co-ed in 4-2, 5-1, 3-3.
It's 3-3.
And is it
right?
Men can hit from the back row, or can they hit in the front row? What's the rules? I'm
They can come
curious.
up and block from the back row, but you can't hit in the front row.
Front row, you can hit from the back row.
Come up and block.
But you can block in the front row. But
and the girl has to touch the ball at least once if there's more than 2 contacts.
Okay.
Right? So they usually do the setting. They pass a little bit, and the guys block and hit. You know, it's kind of like the old days in Bellflower. I don't know if you guys ever played.
Yeah,
that.
I mean, me and Marvin Hall again. Rest in peace, Marv. First time I ever played co-ed nationals in Vegas. We got the dub. Beat Lawrence Hom. To be honest with you, we'll bring him
was
on.
in Vegas.
That's
right?
another guy.
I was 18. I was 18 years old back in the day.
Yeah.
So I was curious about the rules, Bear, because that's how they were when I played. So I was just wondering if it's the same. Awesome.
I actually played one time in Texas too. I played in
such a fun
Arlington
game.
for co-ed nationals as well. But so this girl Autumn is her name, and she asked me to play quite a bit, and I'm always saying no because I always have something to do, right? And I hadn't played for about a year, and she goes, hey, and I owe her. If I can play, I feel like I owe her a little bit. So anyways, whatever. And I had the night off. So she goes, oh, and by the way, it's a doubleheader. I'm like, really? Okay, great. I just don't want to
were they setting you the pipe is the question.
Well, I did get a pipe, I think. But by the end, I wasn't even blocking. I'm like, I'm not going to tear my Achilles, you know. And the way I am now, I don't pull muscles anymore. I pull fat. And I think I did pull some fat. But it was a ton of fun, and I saw some people. We were talking about how small the community is, and Stan Shrewsbury, who I've known forever, he's the ref. Love seeing that guy, and a couple of my players that I've coached through the years were playing on the A court because I'm on the B court.
Of course.
And they said, "Hey, we love the podcast." And they watched it and everything. So it's out there in the volleyball community. And it was just great seeing people that I hadn't seen for a while. I hadn't
Could you side out, Bear? That's the question. Could you side out, yes or no?
I still can't pass. But you know what? I put a few balls away. I was pretty happy about that. I couldn't sleep on my right side of my body for about 2 nights because my shoulder was killing me.
So this is a perfect thing to share, Bear. So when you're playing volleyball in your 50s, you need to get into the ice pod. The ice pod is really good for you. It's a great way to recover. You get into the cold plunge 5-7 minutes and really just makes your body feel better. I go in it every day. If you haven't used an ice pod, make sure you do. It's well worth it.
Yeah, that's a good point, Coley. Good point. So you didn't take an ice bath
I didn't do anything
in the pod.
No.
How's your quads?
I was sore for about 3 days afterwards. You know, like the next day it's not so bad, but you know how sometimes it's like 2 or 3 days later. Yeah, and my shoulder's still a little sore, and this was about a week and a half ago. I probably took 40 swings that night.
This is why people are like, "How do you feel these days?" I'm like, "I feel great." They're like, "Why do you feel great?" I'm like, "Yeah, because I can't do any of that.
Right.
Like I can't run, I can't jump. So all I do is go to the gym. I mean, I did play pickleball with Mooney the day after." We're trying to play together. It's the first time, and we went over to play, and these people were just so good. It was like, we probably got our asses whooped. They saw us walk in, like, wow, these guys are going to be like good. And like, listen, we've never really played over here, and like, they made sure we knew we'd never played over there.
Casey Patterson gets you guys going.
So for that, like, I could play 2 games, so I know I'm good, right? Like, then I won't play more than 3 at the most because my body, whatever. I kind of wish I could go back and have those feelings that you have, Bear, but at the same time, I'm glad I don't. I'm glad I wake up every day feeling pretty fresh.
That's what I said. When I retired, I'll have to tell you guys a story about why I retired. But anyway, when I retired from volleyball, for the most part, right, 95% of it, it was the biggest smile on my face because I would hear people, oh, my knees and my back, and I got to get this surgery, and I got to get on my shoulder. I'm like, nope, don't have any of that. I'm walking around just fine. Thank you very much.
I literally said a prayer when I walked out
there
because I thank God that I did not get hurt because that was my big thing, that I could actually walk back to my truck on my own
So
power.
the good news is for that, Bear, is now that you know this, just get in shape and play all the time. So if you play more, like say if I was healthy, like if I had a healthy ankle, like I would actually probably stretch and maybe do yoga and do some things that would be like, okay, I can play once a week with like Presh and Manir, and those guys play all the time. Like every weekend they play. Pretty rad setup they have,
on the beach.
Do they play out on the sand?
They play on the sand at someone's court in their house. It's amazing. Almost every weekend. Kieran's is there, like Doble, like
right?
it's pretty sick. And I just they've been trying to get me to go forever, and I'm embarrassed that I haven't went. I can't really play, but they're like, you don't need to play. Just come sit in.
over,
I'm like, I'll just play left back and talk shit. That'd be perfect for me. But I've been meaning to go maybe this fall. Now that my life is changing dramatically from my kids being pretty done with club sports. 3 more weekends. It's over after all these years. Wow, it's amazing. Happy about it. But yeah, I mean, people still play. So Bear, you still got it in you. I want to see you back at Nationals next year, 55 and over. Let's go.
Yeah, all right. Yeah.
I can
Where's
coach.
next year's Nationals? Has it been announced yet? Like, it was just in Denver, right? Over Memorial Day.
It was in Denver. I didn't check where it is. One of these days, we should all get together. Maybe it's the 60s. When it's the 60s and over and all of us get together and play. It'd be real fun. Whether we can play or not, I mean, all I could do is serve and stand there, so it wouldn't matter for me.
Coach is floaty. I had a good serve the other night still.
Yeah, I'm sure.
You go.
Yeah.
The coach is floaty.
The coach is floaty. What's that now?
No topspin? Little Moni going?
No, dude. It's all floats.
Moni in you?
By the way, he's killing it internationally already. It's unbelievable.
I heard he got hurt. Didn't he roll his ankle?
He hurt his ankle.
He did, but before that, he was like,
he
playing at a high level. Any news on if he's coming back or not?
He's not coming back, I don't think.
Yeah.
And I think he was supposed to be out for about 3 weeks with his ankle, and that was about a week, maybe 2 weeks ago that happened.
Yeah.
So has there been a notice for sure that he's not coming back? Or
I think so.
The thing about that is, listen, he's a generational talent and he's a pro, and there's no money in it here, and if he was playing college basketball, he'd make $5 million here in NAIA, so he could stay and play. No one's going to pay him that kind of money for volleyball. It's just not going to happen.
He wants to make a run for the Olympics with his brother, So
and that's in 26, right? So I mean that's not 26. That's in 28. 28. So listen, if he was playing basketball at Kentucky, he would stay here and still go to the Olympics because he'd be getting $5 to $7 million. And I can promise you that he would not leave the United States playing college volleyball making $5.5 million for 4 months, because it's all you'd have to be here is for 4 months, right? Like that's it. Come here in January, February, don't go to school. Sorry, I'm saying that, but he wouldn't even have to go to school as soon as the semester started. Finish the season and leave and go make whatever. You're not going to make $5 million a year playing volleyball, but there's no NIL for that. So if anyone's listening and you're a Long Beach State 49er fan, or you're a college men's volleyball fan and you're a billionaire or a multimillionaire and you just want to give up $5 million for a tax write-off, I think volleyball in this country could use him back for 1 more year.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
let's pony it up. Let's get him. I mean, we're not just going to try to transfer. Let's pony it up. Let's get him some cash. That's the way they do it. The NIL collective. We'll get him on Set the Pipe. It'll be Set the Pipe money. Donate to us. We only take 85% of it, and he gets the rest. It's a fair thing. So it's about $1 million. It's fair.
Absolutely.
So. I get it. We all thought he'd be here a year, and we were hoping that he would be here longer for Al and just volleyball in general, because he's so fun to watch. But it's gonna be fun to see the next generation of setters. Those kids that are 12 to 14 right now that are getting into high school, that just went and watched him and are watching YouTube videos and are
try
going
to emulate him.
And try to emulate that and train those steps.
I was going to say, Bear, have you guys seen those highlights of that at Nationals for the boys?
Yeah,
some
the
of those
little guys
trying
are
to pull
doing
off Moni stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, good for them.
Yeah.
He's innovative for sure.
It's and listen, why wouldn't you emulate the player of the year, freshman of the year, national champion, like, and as a competitor, you can see that. And it's like, I don't want to get in the argument of who's better. I still think Jordan's the GOAT. Kobe's my favorite, but I understand the LeBron argument because I love LeBron, and LeBron's my son's favorite player, and I get it, and I can. But if you're going to go, Kareem has all the stuff. But nonetheless, Kobe mimicked Jordan a lot. Like a lot of Jordan's moves, Kobe did. And I'm not going to say perfected them, because you could put them next to each other in silhouettes. I've seen many of them.
They look pretty identical. Yep.
So Braden played a kid from Arizona, and his last name is Diggs, and he's from Millennium. And someone had mentioned that to me, and I'm standing 100 feet, 200 feet away in Arizona a couple weeks ago, and it's near the end of the game. They're up by 1. They need to make a basket to keep, up by 3 or whatever it would be with a minute left, 30 seconds left. And he does this fadeaway turnaround from the baseline. And I was just like, that's Kobe Bryant right there. And like I said, I love him. He's my favorite. He's Jake's favorite. So we got to play him last weekend here in California. And let me tell you something. I've watched a lot of sports. I've gotten to see my son play against the Ball brothers, the Mobleys. You know, Evan Mobley was the Defensive Player of the Year. I've seen him play against a lot of kids. Anthony Edwards, Cade Cunningham. Jake played against all of those kids. I'm not saying he's wow. And, wow. And he moves just like him. And the game for him is already slow. He's not even a sophomore. The game is already slow. But the weird thing as a spectator when you watch games, it's almost when you're watching him with the ball, it's slow also for me. It's like slow motion watching him play basketball in the real fast game of basketball. And then it's incredible. So to go back to Moni, the reason I brought that up is, there's going to be the next LeBron. There was the next Jordan. There was the next Kobe. Kareem came after Wilt, right? Like, Shaq and Hakeem came after Kareem. I could go on forever. They do come after, and people emulate. He's one of the best setters to ever do it in college volleyball, ever. And even if it was for 1 year. Yeah,
he
why
broke
not?
the mold, right? What setter goes up from right back, pretends they're going to swing. He's in right back, not right front. Pretend he's going to swing. Gets ready to set for the one. He dishes it to the right side. And then he does like a pirouette in the in the middle of the air. He basically says, "This is how I'm doing it." He broke the mold because no one else set like that.
He was
no one had
balls
those
away
acrobatic.
from the back row too.
Well, yeah, but no one had those acrobatic sets. No one was, how many setters are actually calling the D, right? Even calling a pipe, right, from the back row. If they did, it was kind of like tongue in cheek, and they would laugh about it. No, this guy was looking to score, so he was a complete player. But just to see the juniors at nationals try those, like facing not the wrong, well, it used to be the wrong way, right? Facing the right side and still setting the HUD on the left side. He has broke the mold and basically said it's okay to do this, and they are doing it.
And that's the thing. Like, what's rad about it is because there's always a mold, and there's always the way people train and the people coach, and there's philosophies, and there's styles, and there's schemes. I happened to be watching a documentary last night on Muhammad Ali, and I've seen plenty of them, and I've seen a few movies on him, and I loved him. Actually, he's amazing. I learned a lot of new things about him. But one thing that was cool was from the early days when he's 16, 17, is he was so different, and a lot of people thought he'd never make it because of that. And all the trainers that wanted to train him, a couple of them were like trying to change, and he ended up going to the one who he went to that trained him when he became the champion. He just let him be him. Because he was different and unique. Could you imagine if someone would have told Muhammad Ali back then that you can't fight like that and tried to make him be someone different? Is he a champion? I don't know. Probably because he was so gifted, but the way he fought was different, more than anyone had ever fought at the heavyweight. The speed, the quick, the move, the moving backwards to hit, like no one did that. And, to go back to what you just said about breaking the mold. So just because no one flew out of the back row to do a jump set and bang the ball on like a C or whatever you want to call those days, why, just because no one's ever done it and you're not supposed to do it, why not? Why can't you change it and make that something so different? They did it in beach years ago when Karch and Kent were playing against Randy and St. John. Who hit the ball over on two? Very rarely. They were there was no like plays to run it and set it up on two, and the game is evolved,
part of the game
right?
Now.
Like it's part of the game. It's plays, it's sets, it's back sets, it's bump behind you. Like it was boom, set, come up and bang, right? Like it's a different game. So why not? I think it's awesome, and I can't wait to see where this game is while we're still doing Set the Pipe. I can't wait to talk about this in 2 to 3 years when we're talking about college volleyball in, 2027, 28. We're talking about the Olympics in 28, right? When we're sitting here, all three of us are in Los Angeles doing the Olympics live. Yes, we will be doing the Olympics live. Bringing you your ice pod from the Olympics live in LA 2028.
We'll be
Let's go.
them.
I'll be going on my new e-bike.
He'll be on his new e-bike as well.
right.
But
We gotta talk about that.
it's going to be exciting to see what happens. and what the games looks
And
like.
I do pedal on that e-bike, by the way. I do pedal. I just want to throw that out there. I'm not the guy that just like coasts everywhere.
It helped you not get sore the next couple of days. You wouldn't sore for 5 days if you weren't pedaling on your e-bike after your volleyball match. But yeah,
pulled more fat.
Cole, you're right. Come Olympics, we're gonna be like, man, those guys are setting like Moni. You guys remember Moni back in 2025 when he was playing? And we're gonna start talking about those setters just like that. It's gonna be pretty neat. Yeah, the evolution started. Like I said, he just was like, this is how I play. So when you're talking about, I think there's a couple ways people recruit is this is my system as a head coach. Do you fit in my system? Or I'm just going to take the best players and we're going to figure out how to win this thing. Right. And I'm not saying either one's better than the other.
I think the best coach is the combination of both.
Yeah. And can you imagine like, hey, we can't have Moni because he doesn't fit our system. He's a little bit too wild. We like traditional. It's been successful for us. You know what I mean? So we could have missed out on something like that. So it'll be interesting the years forward, especially on the men's side. Well, the women's side too. I mean, you got people flying from the back row now, and can they do it? Can they not do it? So it's going to be very interesting.
I bet you Charlie Furbringer can, and she can bring it from outside. So I'm not saying she's starting to jump from the background, bang pipes or whatever, but girls, women like her, she's a young woman, not the little girl that I watched grow up. But, imagine if she was 12 right now, about to go to Maricosta in a couple years. Maybe she is training this then. I'm not saying she's not training it now in college, but I'm saying maybe that's more prevalent as part of it.
You sent us highlights of some people that we know, their kids right now, 12, 13, 14, hitting pipes. Hitting I mean, calling pipes. I mean, they might not be... They not may
13
be in system at that 13-year-old, right? But
crushing the ball
for it. But they're calling for it, putting it in and crushing it. They're just not lobbing over. They're just not. It's part of their DNA for the most part now. And then as they get older, it's going to be a set play. I mean, you're going to have your left side, you're going to have your middle going for a 3, your right side on the back side, and then you got a pipe coming down the middle, right? Yeah. It's going to be part of everybody's DNA. And it's so exciting right now how the game is evolving so quickly. It's really fun to watch.
Yeah. Awesome.
All good
times.
Good stuff.
So I was going to tell you about my 4th of July before we head off. Is I spent the whole weekend with my oldest, Savannah, who does all the social media posting for us. And we sat down for a couple of days, and Coley alluded to it, that we talked, just set the pipe for 2 solid days. We didn't even go out and see any fireworks because the company was so great. It was so great just to sit down with my oldest, and we just kicked it and just talked, set the pipe, watched some TV. We had some sushi. It was awesome. So, but I'm excited about some of the stuff that we're going to bring to the table, and all 4 of us, or 5 with David Tinley, and a bunch of ideas that are going to get all kind of ironed out. And Set the Pipe is just on the verge of just taking off, which is fantastic. And I want to thank both of you guys because, in my humble opinion, even though I started, Set the Pipe is not without you two for sure being the core group. So I appreciate and love you guys.
Love you back, man. Grateful. Other than not putting the hat on for the sun right here, just it's beaming here. But other than that, super grateful, Sully. And I love you, man. And I love you, Bear. And I can't thank you guys enough for including me in this journey. And we don't know where the destination is, but the journey is going to be sure fun with us.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to it for years, my friends.
Yeah, and I didn't think I'd be jonesing like this to go and say, man, we're going to get back on this. And Barry even called me, are you okay? Like, you haven't responded, and like, are you all right? I mean, are you getting burnt out? And all valid questions. I'm like, dude, I'm adulting. I'm so busy right now. But if I can do this full time, I mean, we have so many great ideas, and we talk about sponsorships, and we talk about other things that can push us over
subscribe.
Over the edge. Absolutely,
it's free.
Subscribe, follow us, everything.
Free.
We would do this. We would do this. It's fun. We're well connected, and it's only going to get bigger. So I'm super proud of this so far. What the heck?
The bird telling me I need to keep quiet with saying stupid things. Like I said, but you're right, man, and. I'm excited. I'm grateful. I love every minute of this. I'm looking forward to our next one as well. And
cool.
Love you guys.
Okay, everybody. Well, that's another episode of Set the Pipe. Be on the lookout for a couple of other guests coming on that we have rolling in. And we know that July is going to be a little tough for us. Everybody's kind of busy with some things. Bear's got some professional commitments collide with his basketball
AAU,
going
baby,
on.
last rodeo.
Yeah, last road show, and then I'm swamped at my job, and the kids are keeping me busy as well. So again, thanks for watching Set the Pipe. Please subscribe if you like what we're doing, and because we love what we're doing. So for the three of us, appreciate you guys, and we'll see you next time. See you.
Awesome.
See ya.
And welcome back to Set the Pipe. I am Sully, here with my co-host CK, and there's Bear.
Hey.
Today we have our youngest guest to date, actually. Welcome, Devin Bussum. Yep.
Hello, guys. Thank you guys for having me.
Southern California. He is going to join us today, talk about his involvement within volleyball. We're pretty excited to have him. We had a couple of guests on before, Travis Turner and Matt Furbringer, both said to have this guy on. So we are happy to have you on, man. Welcome to Set the Pipe.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me.
Yeah,
Really fired up to have you here. Great
Yeah,
story,
good
and
stuff.
just such a fun story about it, about game of volleyball. And folks we know, as you just mentioned, Travis and Matt Furbringer, friends, mentors, teammates, the whole 9 yards. And, you have a cool story. And I'm fired up for us just to talk to you about it, and just, again, spread the word of how great volleyball really is and what it does for different people. And, you're no stranger to what it's done for you. So thanks for joining us.
So
Yeah,
quick bio on Devin. He's in Southern California. He comes to be away of Miracosta and Rockstar Club. And he's actually going to be venturing off to Travis Turner's team, JC, and I will let him talk a little bit about all three of those events here. But you are in the hotbed of volleyball. You're surrounded by giants and some of the best that ever does it within high school, and they go on to college. So how in the world did you get into volleyball or even be interested in volleyball?
I got into volleyball. My parents started playing in Santa Monica, down by the Santa Monica Pier. And then I'm like, ooh, this sounds really cool. The thing was, I never really got attracted to it. Like, obviously, it's great. I would pepper with my parents. But then when we moved to the South Bay, it was all baseball. I played Hermosa Beach Little League. I loved baseball for the longest time. And then during COVID, I remember trying to just try to get reps in at our local Little League. I'm like, I don't think this is going to work out. Tried doing a club team, and it was just all 2020. So I was just trying to figure out what I wanted to do. And then I remember my mom talking to Cooper Keen's mom, who's going to USC, one of the top recruits.
Yep.
And basically she said to me, hey, there's this volleyball team. It's with Matt Furbringer, the Olympic assistant coach, and he's trying to set up a 14-2s team. Would you be interested in that? And I said, I've never really touched volleyball in a long time. Both my parents play. And I said, I feel like it's a very South Bay thing to do. You either surf or you play volleyball.
Right.
Yeah.
So I feel like playing volleyball was the right idea. And then got into volleyball playing that. Played my 14s year. Played a little bit my freshman year. And then my whole story started freshman year. So really excited to talk about that.
Where did you go to school again? You're in high school?
He's a Mustang. Miracosta.
Miracosta Mustang.
Miracosta, exactly.
Which, if anyone's listening that doesn't know this, which anyone that follows volleyball, at least in our generation, if it's not the best, it is clearly one of the top 3 high school boys and girls volleyball in the history of the sport of volleyball. Some of the greatest to ever do it came out of that school. Holly McPeak, who we spoke to.
Great example.
Great example. Brian Ivey, who Sammy just talked about the other day, another Miracosta Mustang. We can go on. Fonoy Moana, I could go on and on. And like you said, Devin, so just wanted people to understand that you just didn't go to your local public school that a lot of people go to. You went to the mecca of volleyball. I mean, that's where you went to high school. And so just want people to know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I grew up in Hermosa Beach. I don't know if you guys know this, with Hermosa Beach, we don't have a high school here. So it's either Costa or Redondo. And for me, I just wanted to choose, obviously, the more volleyball legacy high school. And that's where I wanted to go. Fit was just awesome. The right choice for me.
I'd probably put Madera High School in the top, 6, maybe not top 5.
What about Reseda?
Oh, you're right. They may be in the top 10.
The Regents, we won 2 city titles.
Yeah, we've not, dude.
No, not either. So I think like you said, you started to play 2020. My heart goes out to you. I have 2 children. They were going through that. I mean, all of us in this whole world had to deal with something that was unique and weird, right? Like, and to try to navigate it for young kids like yourself was very difficult. So I'm glad that you were able to find something, and it being so productive, being the sport that we all love. So you start playing it. You're playing 14-2s. You go to high school. You go to Miracosta, a mecca of volleyball. Tell us what happens.
What happened?
Yeah, I go to Miracosta. I try for the volleyball team, and I remember the story that my parents told me. My dad's from Northern California, like Los Gatos, San Jose area. And my mom's from Boston, Massachusetts.
Maddie lives.
So it was always the dream for my dad, for his kids, like me and my younger brother, to go to Miracosta and be on the volleyball team.
Okay.
So I tried for the volleyball team. 3 days of tryouts. I'm like, okay, I have a good shot at making the Frostoff team.
Sure.
I talked to Avery Drost, who was the coach at the time, and I said, I would love to try to be on the team. Like, is there anything what could I have done better? And basically, like, just after having the conversation, I'm like, it was a good conversation, but I don't think I'm going to make it. So I got to figure out something new.
Okay.
And I immediately went home and I started crying.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know
Big
if I
deal.
could make the team. Just like, I just thought I let my dad down because his dream was obviously for me to play on the Costa team. And then a few days later, found out that I got cut from the program, like cut from the team. I'm like, what do I do? The following week was our Thanksgiving break, so we get a full week off for Thanksgiving.
Yep.
And then I got inspired and I started going on YouTube and watch videos of football team managers.
Okay.
And I said, what if I could do volleyball? I've never heard of a volleyball team manager.
Yeah.
And I think I could be truly special with this. And emailed the coach Avery at the time, gave me the opportunity with the Frostoff team, and then worked with the varsity towards the end with our CIF run. And then knew it truly after my freshman year of high school that this is what I wanted to continue doing. I never was that good as a player. Looked up to all the people going to college games, and I know something is going to be different with me, and this is what I want it to be. So,
Excellent, man. So you got to be a part of all those CIF post tournaments, and you got to be a part of all the dog piles if you guys did have dog piles. But
unfortunately, no.
They did this year. We
did this year, though.
Yeah,
they did this year.
Yeah.
So when I got to the real world of, I got into high tech sales, the guy that got me into it actually was a big Long Beach State alum, and he, because the position I was in at playing for Long Beach State, he actually was the team manager for the basketball team. And
Really?
so look, his career has been amazing after that, and his connections. We talk about this all the time, how small the volleyball world is, but just being a team manager and being part of that, his basketball world really helped him in his professional career too, from all different facets from it. So that's really good, man. You followed your passion. You could have given up. You could have just given up and said, I'm going to throw in the towel. I'm not on this team. What else am I going to do? I'm going to go back to baseball. You didn't. You followed your passion, man. Good for you.
Yeah. We had a coach on here not too long ago that his quote was, I'm paraphrasing, but it was something to the lines of, failure is the fertilizer for success.
Yep.
And so,
Coach.
you know, I look at you, right? And I'm you know, I just met you on here, and I've heard stories about you, and a lot of kids would quit.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people want to chase their dreams, and they don't work out, and that's okay. You know, it doesn't mean that every dream. I wanted to play in the Olympics, didn't work out. I wanted to play in the NFL, you know, it didn't work out. Like a lot of us have these things that don't do, but it's what you do in that moment that really defines you. And, you know, I'm sure your parents and your dad especially, you know, wanted you to play. What you're doing now and what you did is amazing, but you cried. And you should have. You know, it's tough. I remember when I got cut for the first time in my life. It was awful. And it's not easy to deal with. But like you said, you decided you wanted to do something with the sport. Again, why we're here on this podcast, why we love the sport. It's not just for the people that play it.
Yep. Journey.
It's for the people that love it, the people that play it. I'm sure you live in Hermosa. You're still playing volleyball. You can go down to the beach and play all the time. You can play for the rest of your life, unless you have an ankle like me. But for the most part, we just had to talk about there. But no, so I think the resilience, the fortitude to fight through for something that you fell in love with, and just because you know you didn't make the team, right? Not everyone makes the team. Not everyone, you know, gets the girl. Not everyone, you know, the movie doesn't ride off into the sunset for everybody. It just doesn't work like that in life. And it sucks that you had to figure that out at such an early age in high school, because that's a bummer. But at the same time, to figure it out and to come through it the way you did, my hat off to you. And now where are you at? Tell us where you're at right now after that experience in high school.
Before you do that, can you tell us what your duties were? What did you do as a manager? And
Great question.
It had to get more progressive as because you said you had to prove your stuff, right? You had to prove yourself, and as you went up to the varsity. So what were your duties when you first started? Because it's like you said, it was new. Then what did it blossom to?
Yeah, I mean, it just started off as just me going to practice every single day. You just shag balls. We're trying to be like in a little, like for the frosh team my freshman year, we just had one coach. So I was just trying to help anything he needed with me, like shag balls, like just like pass, like just give people free balls, just anything I could do to help. Like hitting lines, helping games. I always thought like maybe I should get into stats because this is maybe something I should get into. I thought about that, but I'm like, oh, that's gonna be too much work. Like my freshman year, I'm like, too much. I'm like, too much math for me, too much. And then I got pulled up to varsity, and then I would just kind of continue doing the same things for Avery. And then it just progressively got a little bit more, like, more tense. Like, I got to do more as years went on. Sophomore years when I full on started to take a little bit of stats, like how we scored the final point, everything what they're doing in certain rotations. I would start to do the line chart as well, like chart other teams. I did that a little bit.
That's good stuff.
Junior years, like when I purchased an iPad, my parents purchased me an iPad so I can do like a play-by-play stats.
Sure.
So I did a lot of that. And then mainly my senior years when I got to also do more stats, got more involved with the scouting reports and just trying to figure out how we can beat every possible team. And also I like to go back and watch a lot of film with some of the guys. Some of the guys are reaching out to me about their stats. So just making sure they're getting the right information. And also we also had 2 other managers with me this year. And that was I'm not very used to working with other people, but that taught me a great experience to work with other people. But basically, we all had our different roles. I was obviously more of the head, and then with the 2 assistants. But we would just try to bring out a lot of people to our games. Our coach really wanted attendance. We sold out the Loyola gym with our side of the gym, so that was pretty sweet. And we sold out maybe a few gyms because I know a lot of people really want to see our Costa team, want to see all of our guys. But just trying to make sure that we ensure all the guys are focused. We went through a lot this past through the year, but I'm just glad that we got to experience it all together. So, but mainly my really good part was just taking stats for the team. And then just at practices, I would just shug balls, making sure everyone's focusing. And then when we played 6-on-6, all I just was like the keep score, where like I would just go pick up the sweat off the floor.
When was your last year at Costa?
This past year. I just grabbed.
Oh, so you were there when you won it?
Yeah. So that was pretty sweet.
Amazing. Yeah. Pretty awesome. Mateo getting it. I mean, I was happy for Mateo.
I obviously known Mateo maybe since he was in 7th grade. I mean, I know it doesn't mean a lot, but just seeing Mateo get that done. Yeah. I know he's always huge. This is what I want to do. And I know Charlie didn't get to do it. So
I know.
Just happy for all the Furbringers on that.
For sure. It's not easy winning a CIF championship in any.
It's not.
I mean, in any high school district around the country. But I'll tell you, CIF in the southern section for boys volleyball, for girls volleyball, for any sport, it's difficult. And Charlie Furbringer is one of the best to ever do it in her 4 years at Costa, and she never won a title. And they were ranked one a bunch of times, never won.
Yeah. I was told the hardest 2 boys sports are football and volleyball are the 2 hardest boys sports. And maybe baseball is in there too. Are like the 3 hardest sports to win a CIF Southern Section title, and getting to do that is pretty sweet.
Yeah. Good for you. Hey, have you dabbled into data volley?
I was going to ask.
Travis is going to be teaching me that when I get there next year.
Good.
Travis who?
Turner.
And he's the coach for
OCC.
OCC, I think.
So you're going to go to Orange Coast? Yeah, it's one of his rivals. So you're going to go to Orange Coast College and be a manager for the men's volleyball team there.
Yeah, that's the plan.
That's incredible. Look what you've done, man. Good job, Evan.
Yeah,
look what you did.
Same duties you're going to be doing the next level, or
pretty much. I know that, like as we talked about a little bit, I'm going to be learning the data volley system.
Yeah.
Travis wants to get me right into that right as I get on campus, and then also just mainly doing that. So, and then maybe a few other things, but data volley is like the main part of why I'm going there.
Devin, that's potential full-time job in college, after college. I mean, there are technical coordinators Division I level, it's trickling down to Division II level. Look at JC's doing it. I mean, that's a full-time job. You're a part of that volleyball staff.
skill
You
to
get to do. It's a
true.
great skill to have. I mean, to stay on the cutting edge of that data volley. And there's other programs out there too. But man, if you want to keep, if you still have that passion and to be around coaches and do the technical stuff, it's a valuable asset to that program. So that kudos to you, man. Just keep following your passion, good stuff.
Yeah. Just basically
Yeah.
everything is like every coach I talk to, I'm like, hey, what should I do to become an assistant coach one day? They go, like, they're all like being funny, but like, go to trials for 2 or 3 years, stay in contact with us, learn the data volley system, and then we can maybe get you on our staff. Yep. Every coach is like, learn the data volley system. I'm like, okay, I got to learn that.
And keep your pulse on if they change from data volley to something else, because
no, exactly.
you do, you're going to do that, and then you can add more, and your portfolio just gets bigger.
Totally agree.
Ooh, Barry, you going to say something? Nope.
No, I was just going to ask him, so you're living in Hermosa now, and Orange Coast is down in Costa Mesa. So are you going to be commuting? Are you going to move down there? Are you taking classes? Or is it just strictly volleyball? What's next for you on that?
I thought about doing strictly volleyball, but my parents are like, education comes first. But I know exactly. I'm going to be living down there. Have you guys heard of the Harbor, those on-campus dorms that they have at Orange Coast? I'm going to be living there.
Oh, good for you.
Those are
So it's going to be right there. They're
those are nice.
5 years old, I think.
Are they 5 years old already? Wow.
I don't think so.
Okay.
They're a bit weird. Oh, that's
amazing.
But I'm going to
Be living
so
on
that's going to be
campus.
sweet.
So
Basically.
what, I mean, you said your parents played it. When did you know you loved the game of volleyball? Forget wanting to play high school and, all of that and becoming like, when did you know? Because someone that gets cut from a team doesn't continue to follow that, whatever that is, sport, if you don't love the sport, right? Like you have to have some kind of passion for the sport. When did that happen for you?
The true passion really started after my sophomore year is when I truly want to continue it. Like obviously my whole freshman year, like I couldn't get over that I got cut, and it kind of like I heard, I'm like, do I try to do something else? And then after my sophomore year, I got to work with Matt Furbringer, and then got to work with Coach Vogel, the UCLA assistant coach. And then that's when I truly realized how much I loved the sport. I'm meeting so much more people. I got to meet all the top recruits, like almost the entire Fab 50. And then I'm like, this is what I want to do. And I love it. I love how small this world is. I'm meeting so many awesome people. Just going to like, fortunate enough to live in California, I get to go to so many college volleyball games.
Yeah.
Like I went to a good amount of USC games. I went to a lot of Long Beach State games this year. And just really grateful that I got to go to a lot of good games. So went down to UC San Diego for a game. But mainly, obviously, my favorite was being in the Walter Pyramid and the Sandbar. So that was pretty sweet.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. Do you watch women's volleyball at all?
I watched a little bit of the LOVB league, just because I wanted to support Matt. So that was fun. Then my uncle's best friend is the Oklahoma coach, Aaron Mansfield.
Oh, geez, yeah.
So we will watch a little bit of Oklahoma volleyball around him, and that's really the only volleyball he knows nowadays.
Right, okay.
So
Wisconsin, that's where Charlie is.
I mean, I'll watch a little bit of Wisconsin, but I mean, not a lot of women's I watch.
I gotta tell you,
I would change
this. We
I need
say
to.
it all the time. I gotta tell you, we say it all the time on this podcast since we started this year. Is this past tournament, right? Postseason tournament was amazing, and you are in the hotbed to see different USC, Long Beach State, UCLA, Loyola Marymount, all
Northridge,
San Diego, Northridge. But it's all there for you. Like you have to go live. These women are changing the game right now, and it's so exciting to watch. So we're converting Bear as well. Bear's going to be watching some women.
I'm not quite there yet, Devin.
Yeah.
What I would also say, Devin, for you especially, is since you're so young, a lot of the best, I would say the best, a lot of the top women's staff around the world right now, from college to the USA teams or whatever, all played men's volleyball and all played it. A lot of them against us.
Yeah.
So my point of saying that is they're now in the women's game. So it's volleyball, and there's a plethora. You say I have a plethora? So a plethora, sorry, that's from the Three Amigos. If you haven't seen it, Dev, I'd get on that. It's an old school. Furbringer, he'd tell you to watch it for sure. But there's so much opportunity for both men and women, right? And the collegiate game on the women's side is all from Division 1, 2, and we've been talking about Division 3 men's volleyball. There's hundreds of teams around the country. There's a lot of opportunity. So not also just because it might help you in your career path, because it might give you options to watch the women's game or the girls' game if you're going to go watch Costa. Millie McGee, my boy Geet's daughter, senior this year.
To a few games.
Yep, she's going to SC. They're going to be real good again this year. It's really fun to watch, actually. And it's actually it's different than like a basketball, for an example.
Choice of words.
It's really, really fun to watch.
It is fun though.
And I think if you started to watch it, especially where you live and the level you're watching. So if like you're going to watch Redondo play Costa in girls high school volleyball, you're watching two of the best, or Costa and Mater Dei. And then you, like you said, you get to go to Long Beach, you get to go to UCLA, get to go to SC, LMU, all of that's around you, high level Division I volleyball, beach included. Since you're right there, women's beach is going through the roof as well. So that would be my suggestion for you, besides obviously learning the data volley and doing what you need for Coach Lerner, is just, dive into the sport. Like you already love it. You loved it and you love the analytics. You love all that. Dive into all of it. Watch some international. Watch, you're in a hotbed of it. And there's so much great collegiate men and women's volleyball.
Totally agree.
So when you were working for Matt Furbringer, right?
Yeah.
At Rockstar, what were you doing exactly for the club? Were you kind of doing the same thing, stats, or were you bound
more of the same things?
Okay, like for the 18s team, or were you?
Yeah, I did the 18s team. I would mainly focus on the 18s, and then some coaches took that advantage and maybe like, hey, could you come help us out a little bit? I would just bring like a notebook and like a pen for those.
Whatever.
But basically, just trying to report anything I could. They're like always like, hey, just talk to me at like a timeout or something of what you're noticing and stuff.
Right.
Tendencies and everything. Like I started working on the computer and like at the last tournament, the nationals, and then Matt's like, I need you to talk to me after every timeout, after every set of what you're noticing and stuff. Just like you got to like report. Like I know you can go in your own hole and not talk to me, but like in a good way. But just make sure you're always reporting back to me of what you're seeing. But like almost 90% of the time we're agreeing on everything.
So, I mean, that you see Alan Knight right after timeouts, he goes straight to that stat sheet and he has somebody talking to him right in his ear before he gets into huddle. So like I said, the technical coordinator that they're calling him now is just huge for universities. And it's, like I said, it's trickling down, like Coley said, to Division II, Division III, NAIA. Like there's going to be opportunities out there. And so Bear,
real quick, I have to jump in for one thing. It's something I don't want to forget. So Devin, you mentioned a pen and a piece of paper. I just want you to know that when Sully and Bear and I played, that's all there was a pen and a piece of paper or a pencil.
Yeah.
So people would it was a pencil. So we would chart each kill, or that's what the coach would do
by line.
And so you would do it really on a pad of paper and a pen or pencil. That's how we did it. And it's interesting to see the analytics and how far it's come. And like you said, Ferbs is coming up to you saying, hey, what are you seeing? What do you like? Analytics matter, and repetitions matter. Every third set they always set the 4 no matter what. Like it's like 95%. Like, okay, well then we're going to go out to there because that's what they're doing. Like analytics have changed sports over the last 25 years. Enhanced sports is probably a better way to put it. Detriment to a little bit of it, but for the most part it's unbelievable.
So,
totally
so you just got back from nationals, correct?
Yeah.
Can you tell us your experience back there?
I mean,
in Florida, AAU.
It was in Florida. Yes, that is correct.
How'd they do? How'd Rockstar do?
Yeah,
we got 13th place.
Wow,
okay.
rough night.
Yeah,
good stuff. How was your trip? Tell us about it.
I mean, some delayed flights. Got delayed twice on the way there. Got to Orlando. Got there around 11 p.m. the day before the tournament.
Wow.
I remember.
Acclamation. Yeah.
Yeah, checked, like I go to check in for my hotel, I see Ferbs with the other coaches, I'm like, and he's like joking with me, he's like, go to bed, dude. Because like I'm trying to check into my hotel by myself, but got there, went out to go eat, couldn't fall asleep with jet lag, and then the next day we played, even though I'm not playing at all, like jet lag still kicked my butt. Went 3-0 the first day, just trying to get a feel of the jet lag, walking around, said hi to a lot of coaches.
Cool.
The next day, I think also the first day we played Sean Homestead. So that was fun.
Okay.
So that was fun to see, and his son's pretty good. So that was fun. Yeah. The next day we went 2-1, so that was really good. Should have been another team, but I mean, it happens. And then played against a team called Coast, a good team from San Diego, beat them. And then got second in our pool, lost to SUVC, which was brutal. And a lot of the guys were just crushed. Like,
it's hometown. It's cross rivalry.
We play them. Yeah. We play them all the time, and we always win. And they just played a different game. They were just on fire the whole day. They beat Beta Bay in their final game of the pool. They ended up winning their first game for the crossover thing. They beat us. They were just on a high all tournament, and it just all the guys were like, we're done.
Yeah. Who won it?
But it's
right?
NB
Surf won it. Yeah.
Balboa.
That was one of the greatest teams I've ever seen in a long time.
NB Surf.
What is that? What team?
NB Surf.
NB Surf, Michael Boley.
Teams. Yeah.
Yeah.
They played Balboa in the finals. Is that correct?
That is correct, yeah.
Yeah.
Balboa's
Who was the head coach at Balboa for that team?
Yeah.
Andy Reid and Danny Glenn, I think, were the head coaches.
Yeah, Dan Glenn, and then Eric Valet.
big, still coaching. Hi, Danny.
I love that guy.
Come on in, Danny. I want you on the pod.
We want Dan on.
Sorry, Devin,
Dan
but-
on here.
yeah.
We need Dan on here.
We go way back with Danny.
No.
And so
He lives right down the street
yeah.
from Coast, by the way.
was
Orange Coast.
yeah, awesome.
I know Brogan, his son, really well, so.
Oh, no kidding.
Old.
Yeah.
Kids, jeez.
So you're there as a manager. You're the same age as the kids, but you're kind of on staff. How does that work for you personally? Like, do you get to pal around with the team? Do you get to sit in the meetings of the coaches? Is it a hybrid? And how is it for you as a young kid being there in that situation?
I mean, it's a bit of both. What you said with the hybrid. Like, I'm half with the team, I'm half with the coaches. Like, sometimes I'll talk with the coaches a little bit before the matches of what we talk about, like kind of like a little bit of like a scouting report before then, just so I can understand the team. But otherwise, I'm really just with the team. Like, even like I don't have a roster number, like just part of the coaching staff. So, but like if it comes to like hanging out as a team, like I'll obviously go sit with the guys because they are obviously my age.
Yeah.
And then the coaches obviously would go sit with the adults table basically.
Yeah.
But otherwise, like being there, like it's weird to be like kind of like trying to become like a young coach, like just trying to get all used to that.
Mm-hmm.
But it was just like it was a process trying to do that for nationals. But otherwise, I love it, and I just think me just being relating to the kids, if that makes sense. Like
Yeah,
I
it
know
does.
exactly how are these kids are going through. It's kind of harder to explain to someone who is like what's the way to say it?
Like us.
Who's 54?
Basically, or like
yeah.
where like a parent will come to me about the issue. I'm like as a kid's perspective, this is what I'm noticing compared to what the parent doesn't see. Yeah. So it's fun to like be there for all this stuff, and then maybe like tell the parent to like back off a little bit of whatever the coach is saying. But just being able to relate to the guys, like the kids on the team,
empathetic. I mean, not only your age, but having a little bit of empathy in what they're going through and being. I mean, you're probably going to have that for the next 10 years because you're not too far from those players, right? And then you're going to develop into that. Okay, that coach or the technical that you'll be a part of that staff more. So it's just going to be a paradigm shift for you. But all good stuff.
Yeah.
What are you going to study in college?
I really have no idea.
Okay, like you don't.
But I really want to get in. My idea was like something with math related. So that could help me with the statistics part. I'm planning on trying to take like an intro to statistics class at OCC.
Okay.
So that'll be good. But I thought of like really like business and marketing, both of those two things together. Yeah. And then it's a basic self-made job, but real estate sounds pretty sweet. And then also the other job, I thought of kinesiology. That's physical therapy and stuff. So
me too, for sure. It can be a good thing.
Those are, and then communications. Those are really like the 4 or 5 things I thought of.
So let me ask you this, Devin. It's a random question for you. Al Knipe, who's the head volleyball coach at Long Beach State, he does a decent job there. But he brought this up on one of the pods. So you're about to be a freshman in college. If this was a major, I'm gonna describe it to you. Would this be something that would interest you? Professional athlete. Well, it's called that. We're going to change the name. So you get to go to college. Your major is an athlete. Now, you are an athlete. You're turning that into a coach and a manager, but you're still part of that. You get to take marketing and business classes. You get to take body understanding, not full kinesiology because you're not going to train, but you get to understand health, fitness, body because you're trying to be an athlete. Coaching, being involved, analytics, math, understanding data volley or any kind of metric system, that's also going to be taught because that's part of being an athlete.
Sports
If that wasn't sports psychology, all of it, if that was an overarching degree with all of that included, would that be something you would consider even though you're not going to be an athlete?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Everything you basically said was,
down your path.
I mean, obviously minus the athlete part sounds all awesome to me.
Right? Like learning all that stuff and teaching you how to market yourself. Now, again, there'd be different stuff. You're talking to an athlete trying to learn how to be maximize TikTok, for an example. But, that's one course. Maybe it's, data, all kinds of stuff. It was just something Alan brought up. And he was like, we have people take majors in film. We have, kids,
Dance.
young dance and music and art, and everyone gets their major for that. Why isn't there a major for athletes? Yeah. And I thought it was genius, to be honest with you. I never even thought of it.
Disagree. Yeah.
And I don't know why it's not. I would bet in 5 years someone comes up with it and adds
They
it.
have
Like,
to.
I'm going to actually suggest it to Washington State. It's schools like that are pretty, forward thinking. Like it's such. I mean, Jake's my older son just got his master's at Eastern Washington. He finished up his degree from there, and it was in organizational leadership. That was the name of his degree. That's on his master's diploma. Organizational leadership.
The man went to go get the master's.
It's not philosophy too. It's not it's organizational leadership. So professional athlete or there's no reason why they can't evolve into something like that. So I was just curious if that would interest you, and it sounds like it would, especially with what you want to do. Like you want to become a coach or staying in volley with regards to data analytics or whatever it would be. It would be such a great way for you to be excited about school and learn shit you want to learn.
Yeah.
Right?
True.
Yeah, it's all good stuff because we figured you really wouldn't have to create different curriculum. It's already there.
True.
Yeah.
It is.
Marketing's there. Business is there.
Put them all together.
Like you said, the bits and pieces of the kinesiology of it all and the online marketing. It's all
Promoting.
all there.
Right.
So just to wrap your arms around that, and then we think it's genius. But yeah, Coley's right. Listening to your story, you're almost the perfect candidate for a non-athlete because you still want to be in athletics. I mean, and with the volleyball, if you love the volleyball, you got LOBB, you got professional leagues going on right now. Overseas can really wrap your arms around you as well. So man, that's
And beach is growing. Like I said, it's lots of opportunities, and that's what makes this sport so great. And I've said it a lot, Devin, and on the show, and you've listened to a few. You said is first again. I'm going to say thanks for coming and telling your story because it's unique and different. Most people we've had on here played volleyball or coached it, here, and you wanted to play high school volleyball and you didn't get to, and it's still rad because you're involved in the sport. You're sitting here on our podcast.
Yeah.
You just graduated high school. Your team that you were involved with and helped be part of that CIF championship won a big title. And now you're off to college and you get to still be around this sport that we love. And you're going to get to see Bear. You guys are going to smack them down a couple of times. Sorry.
They might take care of you next year, but hey, can you tell us a little bit about how you got to Orange Coast, though? How did that all come about? Did Travis knock on your door? Did you knock on his door? Can you tell us a little bit about that? Yeah.
Yeah. So you probably heard of it, but I think the boys' premier volleyball tournament for high school is called the Best of the West tournament in San Diego.
Yep.
And I remember I was on the bus. We were literally just arriving. Like walking out the bus. Mateo goes in front of me. I get a text from Matt Furbringer just sending a text to our Rockstar group chat. If you guys need anything, if you guys need assistance with anything, please feel free to reach out. And I basically said to him, "Hey, I'm still deciding on college. I have no idea where I want to go. Is there any and I always heard of the great things about Travis. Like every person I've talked about Travis Turner, all great things." And I'm like, I've always actually thought about going to OCC. Like, do I want to go play there when I was previously, freshman, sophomore year, when I first thought about coming to college. And then it really hit me last year when they won the state championship. And then this year I'm like, that's where I want to go. And then walking around the tournament, I get approached by their assistant coach, Jack Stafford.
Okay.
And he's like, Travis sent me to go look for you. We have heard all these great things about you. and we want to give you a managing spot for OCC. And I said immediately, I'm in. Never, I didn't talk to my parents about it yet. I go walk right outside the tournament. I call up both of my parents. They're like, everything all good? Because they go, like, I only call them if it's like an emergency. I'm there by myself.
Right.
They go, Devin, is everything all good? And I said, like, I called them both my parents are feeling like, Dad, Mom, I'm going to OCC.
Excellent. Were they fired up?
Yeah, they're fired up. My dad obviously knew more about it than my mom. But I basically had to describe OCC a little bit more to my mom. But
Sure.
And then, like, a week later, I had a conversation with Travis. I was in the middle of Costa practice, and he's like, yeah, I'm going to call you, so just be ready. We called for maybe 5 minutes. I forget who they were playing. It was, like, on a Tuesday, Wednesday game.
And Bear down. Like, might have been playing Bear.
I don't even
calling you right before the game.
He had a lot of free time after that game, that match. Yeah.
I think it was up. I forget where they were, who they were in playing, but he's like, yeah, I'm just gonna give you a spot too, and I'm like, just really I've heard good things about you from Matt. Heard you had a great conversation with Coach Jack, and we would love to have you. And then a month later, we scheduled a visit, so went over during my spring break, and loved it. Walked around campus, got to meet Travis really for the first time. And just everything about it was awesome. So I was really glad that all worked out.
Actually, my daughter just graduated high school, and she's going to go to Orange Coast and run track there. So maybe you guys' path will cross. Yeah.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
There, yeah.
Well, you guys are paths across for
as a parent here, Devin, I got to say I'm proud of you. I mean, I'm sure your parents are too, but like, we're trying to do this for fun and enjoyment and love the game of volleyball and evangelize the sport and tell stories. And, we talked to FOVB, we talked to Turner, and they told us about your story, and we thought it was great. But just, listening to you, because I have a kid that's graduating high school next year, and I have one that just, is just about to be 25. And to see the resilience of what you did, to find your own path, to create your own path, and then to utilize, we talked about this on a different pod, the three of us, but to utilize the resources that you have, that you've earned by yourself, that your family have had, whatever it would be, your coaches, and to use those to your advantage. You're about to be a freshman at Orange Coast College. You got to be the manager at one of the best high schools in the United States, in the world, for that matter, for volleyball. You're going to one of the best junior colleges in the world for boys volleyball, and your future is unwritten. And I'm excited. I'm excited to see where it is. So just, I don't know your parents, but, cheers to them. They've done a great job. And, just as a parent, I just want to tell you that I'm proud of you.
Yeah, that means a lot. And just more of the story, it just feels great. Just hearing all that, like, just getting to do all the things that I've gone in to do. Like, I never thought any of this. Like, my goal, like I've always said, our setter, Andrew Chapin, who set for us for Costa, and I said to him, we promised each other, like, we will win a CIF title together. And we knew it was going to be our senior year, too. Excellent. That was, like, the fun part about it. Even though, like, his brother, like, we lost last year. He had a great year, great class.
Should have won.
For 2024. Should have won, but all things happen. But, and then just getting to do it my senior year was truly special.
Great way to go out.
And then bringing also my younger brother to a lot of games as well. Just getting him more involved and just him getting to meet the guys as well was just something special, and just really grateful for everyone that helped make this season happen.
Your journey's just starting, man.
Yeah.
And like we said, that Coley pretty wrapped it up in a nice little bow, but super happy, super proud of you. Glad we had you on Set the Pipe. Make sure everybody subscribes.
One last thing. I don't want to interrupt you, Sully, and I always will, because you need it. I know, but this is important. This is important.
Just go, hey, Coley, do you have anything else before I
you were on a roll too, and I crushed you.
This was really good.
I'm sorry.
This is what we do.
I do, but I didn't want to lose my train of thought. I do, actually. Devin, I just want your word right now to the three of us that in 5 years, when you're the associate head coach at some college, that you're going to give us first right for an interview.
Another interview, man.
5 years.
Director.
Will you do it? Will you do it with us again?
I will love to. I'll still keep in contact with Bear, and I have Sully's email, so I'll make sure I keep in touch with both of you guys.
So sorry I interrupted, Sully. I needed to say that. It was I'm good now. I'm done.
I have one thing.
How about you interrupting me, Bear? Go ahead.
Yeah.
What you got?
Hey, there's the coach over at Orange Coast College that you need to say hello to him for us, and that's Mike D'Alessandro. We played for him. We played with him. I would try to stick around him as much as possible. You'll learn a ton. He's a great
I
guy.
met him on my visit. I don't remember that. Now I remember the name, but
Yeah.
it was awesome.
He's
Asked him about Mike Cook, so
ever
and
run
he will be
across.
watching this. I guarantee you.
I guarantee you.
You can learn a lot.
A lot.
Like Sully just said, he's one of the best minds there is in volleyball, and he'd be a great person to, like a Bear
Be a
said,
mentor for you.
be a mentor and listen and watch and ask questions, and he would love to help you. He helped all of us learn this game.
And
Yeah,
so
his name was awesome.
yeah, and we wanted him on the podcast too. So can you give him a little elbow and tell him on the thing for us?
Belly.
When I see him in the fall, I'll make sure I give him a little nudge.
Yeah, you don't even do it formal. Just say, "Hey, Biggs, what's up?" and just walk by him. He'll be like, "What?"
Call him Biggs. He loves it.
Yeah.
But yes.
Biggs. Hey, Biggs. So, Sully, anything you'd like to say?
Oh, what? Anybody else? Does anybody else have anything else? These are punks. Anyway, love this show. Hey, Devin, thanks for coming on Set the Pipe, man. Like you said, love your story. And everybody that's still watching, please subscribe. Helps us out a ton. And Devin, best of luck to you, man. We are proud of you. And that was a great interview. Thanks for coming on.
So much for being on.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Good stuff.
Thanks. Take care.